Hi everyone, it's Yalia here, and I'm putting together this video to show you guys how to install the program that I wrote to fix the Cartel Market Gunship icon bug. And the first thing you're going to want to do is get the program. The easiest way to download it is just go to our website, gsfsrw.com. There's links to that in this video as well as on the GSF SWTOR forums. So you can just download the file right here. It's going to download a zip folder that you see here. And then what you're going to want to do is right click on that zip and go to extract all, which is going to produce the folder you see right above this zip folder here. Once you open that, you're going to want to run the setup.exe, which is very simple. It's just going to have 3 windows and you're going to be able to pick the path you want to install, and that's it. I already have installed, so I'm not going to show that step. It's super easy. I don't suspect anyone should have issues with that. Probably the easiest installer you've ever used. Once you do that, it's going to install the program wherever you specify. The default path is going to be program files srw cartel market gunship icon fix. Here's the program. You're going to want to right click on that and go to run as administrator. That's important. If you don't do that, there's a chance that the window that the program produces will not stay on top of Star Wars, and instead Star Wars is going to hide that window, which is going to defeat the purpose of using this program. So I'm going to hit run as administrator, and here's the program. Now I'm going to go into the game. Here we are. And the first thing I want to do is make sure that the window mode is correct in the game. So I'm going to hit escape, go to preferences, graphics, and then I want to make sure that the game is either in full screen windowed or windowed mode. If it's in full screen mode, the window that the program produces is not going to stay on top of the game. The game will hide it. So you need to be in either windowed or full screen windowed. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the program. And the way you can bring up this bar at the bottom here is just by hitting the Windows key on your keyboard. It's the one next to the Alt key. So now I have the program back. And let's say I want to fly the Redeemer. And select Redeemer, and let's say my first secondary weapon is going to be Slug, and the second will be Ion. Okay. Now I'm going to hit Window. It's going to produce this icon here, and I'm going to just make that a little bit smaller. And I'm going to drag it down somewhere around here, which is where it's going to end up being in an actual GSF match. So let's go into the tutorial. Okay, so I'm going to move that icon down and cover up the icon. Now pretend I'm in a gunship here. So this here would be the icon that doesn't switch in the game. And speaking of bugs, the tutorial walking, thanks. Really needed that. Okay. So as you see, the icon's there now. Now watch what happens when I hit 1, right? It switches. So if you imagine I was in a gunship, I'm now switching between Slug and Ion. The only real issue that could occur is between matches you're doing stuff and you accidentally hit 1, and so when you get into the next match you're out of sync or something. Out of sync meaning that what the icon is displaying is not the weapon that you currently have selected in the game. The way to fix that, if you're already in a GSF match, is just to free up the mouse. One way is to hit escape, come over to the chat box, and then type in the chat box. And now you see the game is not responding to me hitting 1. However, my icon in my window is changing, so I can now make sure that the icon goes back to a state that's the same as the railgun that I'm using. One last thing, I want to go back to the program here. You only need to hit this window button once, okay? If you notice, if I change here, the window automatically updates. I don't need to hit this window button again. So you only ever really need to create the window once. If you hit it a second time, it can create, let's say it can create a second window. That's a that's a lie. Okay. Okay. Uh, no, that's a lie. It will not create a second window if this window is already open. Um, I forgot that I modified the code, so it wouldn't do that. Just because I knew somebody was gonna spam this button for whatever reason. Okay, so don't worry about that. Um, now to close this window, you just saw me do it, although I didn't say it. I right clicked on it and I hit close. And of course, to close this window, you just hit X, and that's basically it. There's also a README here in case you forget something. I've made it fairly detailed. It basically talks about what I just spoke in the last few minutes about. And I'm pretty sure that's it. Let me know if there are any issues, or if you have any feedback, comments, whatever. You can post them on the SWTOR forums. You can post them on SRW's forums. PM me. I don't really care how you contact me. And just let me know if you guys have any issues and stuff. And I hope that this makes your lives a bit easier and allows you to use the cartel market gunships like they were originally intended. So thanks for watching, guys, and have fun.